Hey Royal Age viewers, I'm Nittany Manson from ILTV. Not all news is negative, and I'm here to give you a breakdown of the most positive highlights from around the world to make you smile. You're watching the #1 online platform for young people over 60. At this point, most of the world has been through a lockdown due to coronavirus, and many people are using this extra time at home to work on unfinished projects, maybe pick up a hobby they've been thinking about but haven't quite gotten around to, or just enjoying time with family. But one scholar's boredom uncovered a centuries-old secret. Wouter van der Veen was on a phone call when his wandering eyes made a huge discovery: the location of Vincent van Gogh's final painting, Tree Roots.
I just saw it. It just clicked, and I saw that the configuration here of Tree Roots was quite the same as what I know of the painting.
Van der Veen was staring at a 100-year-old postcard of a country road and suddenly realized that he had seen that configuration of tree roots somewhere before.
When you do my job, you're not used to adrenaline rushes. You spend a lot of time doing very boring things, and research is about research and not so much about finding. You know, brilliant researchers don't find anything, and others, they're not that brilliant like me, but yeah, they stumble upon something and they find it. So it is overwhelming. It is a privilege, and it's very humbling, because when you discover such a thing, you realize that you just touched history, and this is bigger than yourself.
Van Gogh, known for using his art to express beauty in the ordinary, tragically took his own life some 130 years ago. And with this new information comes some insight into his final days.
What makes it so extraordinary is you can follow that place on in the course of time. It's almost like you're in a time machine. You can go back to the place where Vincent was, the way he saw it, with the colors and his particular composition. And then you see that it was a sort of incidental background to a cyclist who had flat tire. And now when you go there today, you see it as, I hope, a place of pilgrimage, a place where we pay homage to the extraordinary nature of Vincent's contribution.
And while Van Gogh has been gone for over a century, his message lives on. And in these days of fear and uncertainty, the idea that beauty can be found in the ordinary is resonating with many.
It's almost strange that this discovery came during this lockdown time, when we all had to focus on things that are closer to ourselves. We suddenly discovered treasures that were just at our feet.
Hand sanitizers are now being used even more often than toothpaste. You find them in your car, in your building, in your purse, to stem the spread of COVID-19. A main ingredient for hand sanitizer is ethanol, and for a country like Israel, which relies on imports for all of its ethanol supply, the surge in demand is requiring some creative thinking. So Israeli scientists are finding ways of creating the product from environmental waste. Tel Aviv University's environmental engineering program taking part in a pilot to turn local waste into alcohol for disinfectants. In collaboration with the University of Haifa, a pre-treatment method was used involving ozone to turn waste into ethanol that was then transformed into alcohol. Being together with your loved ones at momentous occasions like the birth of a baby has become quite complicated during this pandemic. With restrictions and worries of infection rates, families are being forced to meet new additions to their family over Zoom or FaceTime. But an advertising company in Mexico decided that just wasn't good enough. Adman Ernesto Gonzalez, who welcomed a baby girl in June, was worried that his 95-year-old grandmother wouldn't get the chance to meet his daughter. So he repurposed his advertising company's windowed truck into a baby viewing mobile. Realizing then that this would be a great way for others to welcome newborns as well, he began renting out the truck, charging 900 pesos or $40 per hour.
Sí, la verdad, sí, muy seguro, porque solamente estamos ella y yo dentro de la cabina, ¿verdad? Con sus debidos cuidados, con el cubrebocas, gel antibacterial, para que el bebé no tenga ningún tipo de enfermedad.
The truck is parked at a venue and only immediate family members are allowed inside. Friends can then drive past, and close relatives can even get out of their cars and come up to the window for a better look. The cabin is also deep cleaned between babies, so there's no worry of infection. The State of Israel is a place of spirit and history with deep connections to many faiths. And sometimes it feels like anywhere you stick a shovel, you'll uncover a piece of the past. Well, a recent discovery is proving just that. Nestled by the side of the road in the hills of Kfar Amma, halfway between the Sea of Galilee and Nazareth, an amazing new discovery has been uncovered: a 1,300-year-old church. Complete with a gorgeous mosaic tile floor, the church also includes a large courtyard, a foyer, a small central hall, and a small reliquary, or stone box used to hold sacred relics. Additional rooms yet to be excavated have also been discovered using radar, suggesting that the structure is actually part of a larger monastery complex. But most important is what this new discovery shows us about early Christianity in Israel during the Byzantine period. This site, sitting next to Mount Tabor, identified as the alleged site of Jesus Christ's transfiguration, with a Circassian tribe using the stones of the ancient village to build their houses.
All right, that's it for today's positive update. We'll see you next time.